on 6, we are hearing from the family of a young mother who came to Miami from Las Vegas for a cosmetic procedure and died hours later inside a home advertising as a post-surgery recovery house.
NBC6 investigative reporter Amy Viteri spoke with the woman's mother and has why she is calling for change to keep others safe.
Monique's mother, Wakila, tells me she wants to share her daughter's story, but asked not to show her face on camera in an effort to protect her privacy as she mourns the loss of her first child. It was supposed to be an adventure documented on social media.
We get us some coffee right now, though.
Two sisters traveling to South Florida from Nevada to get cosmetic surgery and recover together.
They were really excited.
According to their mother, 28-year-old Monique Miller and her 19-year-old sister Kiera both underwent procedures at Havana Plastic Surgery Clinic on West Flagler Street in early March. Afterward, she says they came here to a business operating out of this home on Southwest 4th Street called Kayla's Recovery House. According to their family, the sisters learned of this so-called recovery house through social media, and that's how they decided to stay here following their surgery. But Monique never made it home.
I have to remind myself every day that this is real. Monique is not coming back.
Monique's mother, Wakila, tells me she wants to share her daughter's story. Monique was a new mother herself to a 1-year-old girl.
My daughter's supposed to be here with her daughter, and unfortunately she's not.
Instead, according to this Miami police report, officers and fire rescue crews responded to the house the night of March 7th, which they say was operating as an illegal post-plastic surgery recovery home. Inside, they found Monique already dead and showing signs of rigor mortis, an indication she had likely been dead for hours. They describe her as heavily bandaged, face down on a bed.
From what Kiera is saying, that a muscle relaxer was given and possibly multiple Percocets.
Her sister Kiera also told police staff gave Monique medication, which is redacted in this report. She went to sleep but never woke up.
First, the response was, she's fine, nothing is wrong. But once they realized that she had passed away, then it wasn't that they treated it like an emergency, but panic started to set in.
To be clear, we don't know yet what exactly caused Monique's death.
That's correct.
At this time, the medical examiner has not linked any medication to Monique's death and is still working to determine the cause and manner of death. We contacted an attorney for the woman who runs Kayla's Recovery, Kayla Oliver, to ask about all of this. He told us we don't comment on pending investigations.
Someone like you have been reporting on this for 4 years. So where's the legislation? Where's the follow-up?
It's a unlicensed assisted living facility operating as a recovery house for post.
We've previously reported on the growing number of unlicensed recovery houses operating in South Florida, the law enforcement efforts to shut them down, and calls for tougher laws.
Monique is not the first, and I hope that she really is the last that this happens to.
Wakila says the state has an obligation to enact policies that protect the women who travel here for cosmetic procedures, women like her daughter.
It is a big deal. A little girl is not without her mother today.
We reached out to Havana, the clinic where Monique had her surgery, but have not yet heard back. Miami police say her death remains under investigation. Amy Viteri, NBC6
This
News.
is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 36. Flee the shadow of this world. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. Kol Halayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rekat Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 36. Flee the shadow of this world. Receive the joyfulness of your glory. I testify my Savior openly. And that's something that, that's something those of the hopeful elect take heed to, is to flee the shadow of this world, because the covering cast, the philosophies, the traits, the rudiments, The structure, the ordinances of this world is evil, is wicked, is perverse. It leads you to be completely contaminated, polluted with the vile, corruptible things that lead you to your destruction. And one of the things that is always advertised and pushed towards our women, which we see left and right on social media platforms, movies, TV shows, etc., is these modifications of their bodies. You know, all types of things, BBLs and breast lifts and, shots in they, face, lips, all types of things, man. And that's, part of the covering cast of this world that our women gravitate to, because everybody believes they can be better than what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah has made them, especially women. Okay? Especially women. Women are not pleased or thankful or satisfied, for that matter, to how the Lord has created them. Okay? Everybody's made different. Okay? So the women which of our nation, they don't flee the shadow of the world, they embrace it. And they don't receive the joyfulness of our glory, which is, for us to be the chosen people, us to be the special nation upon the earth, us to have the blessings, the promises, the covenants, etc. Okay, because even though we're going through hell, it's only but for a short time. And this world is not the be all. Okay, this world is soon going to pass away and be non-existent, and then it's going to be reestablished a righteous kingdom. And also with that new kingdom, there comes what? New bodies. When we will and shall be perfected. Okay, so our women will be perfected even more. And our women, are all natural, whether it be Judah on down to Issachar, all natural woman that actually values her health and takes care of herself is very, very beautiful. And that's natural. That wears her own hair, no war paint. Again, no modifications, no surgical add-ons, none of that stuff. Okay? Period, man. So the main thing for this precept is that we have to flee the shadow of this world. And again, our women cleave onto the customs and the philosophies of this world. But let's continue. Matter of fact, let's go to 1 John. Let's go to 1 John chapter 2. Because we're not supposed to be lovers of this world. We're supposed to use this world, but not abuse this world. And the only way we should be using this world is for our advantage. And at the end of the day, we know everything is judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. So, Keisha had to go. Okay, 19 and what, 21, 22 or something like that. And you going out to Miami to get modifications to, and they mainly do this stuff to compete with other women, to have more value than other women. And that's something that's which is of the curses, that have that hatred towards your fellow sister and your fellow brother, because again, you're not pleased on how the Lord has made you. So this is 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. And again, these are one of the things that are in the world, that you're not good enough. Okay, how the Lord made you is not satisfying to the eye. And as a matter of fact, it's not even to the men that you meet, because a man, every man has a different light for the woman that he seeks to be with, that he seeks to lay with and be amongst. Okay, some men like light skin, caramel, dark chocolate. Some men like slim women. Some men like women with big breasts. Some men like women with big, rear ends. Some men like women with long, voluptuous legs, etc. Just to name out a few. So just because you don't like how the Lord has constructed you, it does not say that a man will not desire you and love you. Okay? 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So the love of the Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, is not in our people, especially these women, because these women again, cleave onto the customs, the structure of this society. And this society is mainly marketed, okay, if I'm saying that correctly, marketed towards women, because women are the biggest consumers. Women are the biggest buyers, purchasers, okay? Women are the ones that always that love to go shopping, that love to keep up with the Joneses, as they say. Okay? And again, one of the things that is highly a drug to our women is these modifications, these altercations to their body, man, because they want to, they get older, they want to do this to stop their breasts from sagging. They want to, make their skin tighter, go and get these shots with Botox, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm pretty sure it's other things too, but, they do all these things, especially when they get older, to keep up with the younger crowd. Okay? Verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes, because guess what? What her eyes sees in the mirror is not satisfying to her. Okay? She doesn't feel mentally and physically like that 10, even though she says I'm a 10. But if you look in her mind and her heart, she's really not believing what she's saying, because when she's looking in the mirror, she's always, putting on war paint, altering her face with that makeup. And that makeup is witchcraft, man. Okay, because a woman can put on all types of makeup and all types of shadows and everything else and completely change her whole face, man. Okay? And then, again, you go to these surgeons to get, your breasts bigger, or to get them reduced. And I know it's the other term, reduction, if I'm not mistaken, breast reduction. Okay, when the Lord gave you small breasts or big breasts, that's how the Lord made you. Okay, you're not supposed to be cutting into your flesh just to please and compete with other women. And that's why the Lord is also deleting a lot of these women that are doing these things, man. And amongst other things too, but it's all judgment at the end of the day, man. Okay? Because a man will tell you, which is very, very common and very, very abundantly known on social media platforms, where men say they want natural women. So women are not doing mainly, it's probably maybe 15%, but mainly it's for them and also for them to compete with other women, and also for attention, because men, whether you get a big butt, but that butt is not natural. It's not going to have a natural feeling. It's going to be rough. It's going to be hard, man. And it's also going to be dangerous. It's a threat to your life. 1 John 2 verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, because again, that pride, man. I'm beautiful, but I can do some edits. I can do some add-ons. I know I can find a doctor to make this look better. I don't like my nose. I don't like how my eyes are lined up. I don't like my eyebrows. I don't like my cheekbones. Look at the Jacksons, man. Michael, not even Michael wasn't the only one getting all them surgeries and everything else. Janet, LaToya, all those are Gadites. Those are Gadites. Look at the Jacksons making all them fucking modifications, man. Michael looked like a straight you couldn't tell unless you look into their history that they Native American, or so-called Native American, but Gadites. But Michael looks like a straight Israelite. Michael had a full beard. Okay, back before he got all those surgeries and everything. He actually looked like a solid brother. But once he starting getting all them surgeries and bleaching his skin, he's the actual first white man. Okay, and Janet is beautiful. Janet was drop dead. LaToya too, all of them. But what happened? They started to get these modifications. Matter of fact, Little Kim was bad, man. Bad as hell. And then what started happening? BBLs. All types of surgeries on her face, nose, all that shit. She looked like a fucking demon. Okay? For the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. Because again, our people are gravitating towards the world. We're not supposed to be cutting our flesh. Let's grab that real quick. Okay, so everything that they're doing is of the world, because the world advertises this. The world tell you, if you don't like this, we can improve you. If you don't like that, we can make you look better. We can do this, we can do that. And again, it's advertised and pushed towards women. Okay, that's the market. The market is pushed towards women because women are the biggest consumers. Women are the biggest purchasers and buyers. Okay, so this is Leviticus 21. Leviticus 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beards, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. And that's the point that we need. Nor make any cuttings in their flesh. So have brothers going in for surgery and everything else? Yes. Okay, yes. But that's for emergency, beneficial health issues. Let's say it like that. Okay, and that's another subject for another time. That's not what's going to be spoken about. But I know it's going to be some asshole that's probably going to say something like that. Well, I had to do surgery, brother, so I'm going off because I had to do surgery. The Lord, man's goings of Yahweh Shem Shah first and foremost, and that's between you and the Lord. But the main thing of this right here for this lesson is for women not needing to get cut because they're doing this for what? Their own pleasure. Okay, to build up their self-esteem, to make themselves feel like they can be better and that they can improve themselves because they don't like or love or even consider that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah made them different. He made them perfect. Okay, every Israelite woman, if she literally just woke the hell up, worked out, took care of her body, ate right, start taking care of her hair, start wearing weaves and the wigs and shit, take off the war paint, take care of your skin, you will see a very, very big difference, man. And also the main thing is to repent, to come back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. The Lord will start having mercy upon, the sisters, and they will start, growing their hair. The Lord would have some type of mercy, man, because you got sisters in the truth right now that probably can have a testimony of them, getting their edges back and having their hair being grown back out. The Lord showing them favor. Okay, so again at the end, Leviticus 21 verse 5, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. So you're not supposed to be going making no cuttings in your flesh because you want a bigger ass. You want your titties to stand up like you was when you was 18. Okay, you want your face to be a little bit tighter, and you don't like how your nerve got that little curve and that little bump. It's too wide. You don't like that nigga nose. Okay, whatever it may be, man, you're not supposed to, and that's also defiling your body, man, because again, it's modifications, man. You're basically what you're doing, you're basically saying that the Most High made a mistake when he made this particular part on your body. He didn't do it how you see fit. Okay, and again, in the kingdom, you women, how you women want your body to actually be, you'll have a perfect body in the kingdom. Okay, a perfect one. Because again, we are the temples of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Let's grab that. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, starting off at verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, I'm excited. 1 Corinthians 3, verse 17. If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy. And that's what happened. Because a lot of you women are defiling your temple by going into these places, getting these surgeries, these modifications, these add-ons, these edits to your body to please your own pleasure and to boost your self-confidence. So the Most High is destroying you women. Because this has been going on for decades upon decades, man. Okay, you've been having this stuff, these plastic surgeons and everything else going on for decades upon decades, man. So the Most High is literally judging you women before you can even get back home to your family, before you can even get back home to your kids, man. Okay, Keisha, Shamika, Nisha, Kanisha, Laquanda, okay, Rolanda, okay, Sharday, okay, Janice, all you broads, man. All you broads is getting judged, man. The Lord is destroying y'all. He's not showing no mercy and not being long suffering. The Lord is tired, man. This is judgment. Okay? So you're going to defile and destroy your temple to get it adjusted, to get it to your liking, to boost your self-esteem, and also to get attention, and also to compete. Nah. The Lord going to put that body in the grave and let it go back to the earth and call your spirit back up to the spiritual realm, man. Playtime is over, man. Okay? Let's close out, man. Because it's a benefit to have a full functioning body that has no infirmities, that has no handicaps, let's say it like that, that has no errors, no issues. That's a benefit. That's a real benefit. 2nd Esdras chapter 9, starting off at verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, because y'all take everything lightly. Because the prophets have been on the streets since I believe the late 60s. Either the late 60s, the mid 60s, or the early 60s, but somewhere in the 60s. Been warning for a very long time. Okay? So the message has been going out correctly about how you should be conducting yourself and how you should be going about things. Okay? Because you're abusing the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. The Lord gave you eyes to see, which some people can't see. As a matter of fact, speaking on that, my mother was born blind. Okay? My mother was born blind. So she had to learn to adapt. She had to go to a school, okay, in I believe either Hampton or Norfolk, Virginia. Okay, or maybe Newport News. One of those, that's called the Tidewater area, 7 cities, and she lived in Northern Virginia, where I'm at right now. So she had to go to a school in Southern Virginia, which is 4 hours away from where I'm at right now, to learn how to read Braille and all that. Okay, and it's obviously you can't go down there every day, so she probably had to stay down there away from her family. Okay, so just imagine that was back in the day. And so my mother had to learn how to do certain things and everything else, but she was able to cook, able to clean, wash clothes, all that. Of course we had to show her, when we moved to different houses, I had to show her, where the steps was at and everything else, and how to operate, how to turn the nozzles on what she want to do for like the stove and stuff like that. And then she had it on her own, but that's something that you have to live with, man. That's a benefit to see. It's a benefit to see. Okay. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away, despitefully shall dwell in torment. So this woman was having a lot of pain before the Lord took her away, man. To go down there and get surgery, which if I'm not mistaken, I think she got surgery on her ass, because they said that when she was in the room, laid on her stomach, then on her face. So obviously she couldn't lay on her back because she just got her ass ripped open. It sound crazy saying that shit, man. And man, if the Lord didn't give it to you, it was for a reason. Seriously, the Lord, and then also too, it's ways for you to actually gain natural, fatness, to make it clear, have to have a voluptuous butt cheeks or whatever, just to be PG. It's ways for you to go to the gym to actually have your butt to add curve and cuffs to it. Okay. Verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits. Okay, again, those are functioning fingers. You can see, you can taste, you can walk, you got all 10 toes. Those are benefits. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Okay, and they have lost my law, because again, the prophets have been telling you the law. And the Christian church tells you what the laws are done away with. You can do whatever you want. You can eat whatever you want. You can sleep with your neighbor's wife. You can sell drugs to your brother. But all you got to do is come to church and say you believe in JC and pay your tithes. That's it. You can be as wicked as you want to be, but every Sunday, just make sure you come to your pew and say you believe in JC and give us 10% of your earnings. And they that have lost my law, while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Y'all despise order. Y'all despise righteousness, especially women, because women gravitate towards power. And who's ruling right now? The wicked. So the world is corrupted. The world is completely and utterly destroyed, man. The ways, the structures, the guidelines, the laws, how everything is formulated, how everything is ordered, is just completely out of fucking order, man. Okay? And so it's got you women, what? Out of fucking order. Okay? I'm not going to shed a tear for the 2/3, but when I do these videos, I'm going to be reminded to keep my ass in line. So I don't be a part of the 2/3 and have a brother doing a video on me like, yeah, look at this nigga right here. This is a mafia eyes. He used to be in the truth. And matter of fact, he was doing a lot of videos on judgment. Now look, his ass is getting a video done on him on judge. Nah, I don't want to be in that predicament, man. And that's why, we got to have that fear. We have to acknowledge and have to really diligently seek Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and examine ourselves. Continuing on. Verse 12. And the same must know it after death by pain. So I'm pretty sure it was a painful thing, to suffer like that, to be sore, to bleed, and to go out the way as she went out, man. Because again, at the end of the day, it's judgment from the Lord, man. Okay, it's judgment. You're not supposed to be going to get no cuttings in your flesh to modify your body for your self-esteem, to compete, to get attention. The Lord made you the way He saw fit, and the way He saw fit, it was perfect. If you want a certain type of body, get your lazy ass in the gym and work out and eat right. Take care of yourself, man. And at the end of the day in the kingdom, we'll have perfect bodies. You'll have the body that you want. And your husband will love that body that you have. And guess what? You won't get old. You won't die. You'll stay perfect. You'll love yourself, and most of all, you'll love Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So I don't want to rot this out, man. I hope and I pray this is edifying and uplifting and informative to the true, sincere Aki and Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Kol Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kwadash, Watha Wada Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kwadash, for putting the spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. I don't want Ratazah until the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.